Hey, everybody. Todd Jeffries here, along with Don Pryor.
Hey.
And we like to join you a little bit on Facebook every once in a while to talk about some technology news and things like that. And we do it courtesy of Texas Mutual Insurance Company.
Oh, yeah.
You can find them online to learn more about them. If you own a business, you need to know more about Texas Mutual Insurance Company. They're good people doing some great things here in Texas. Let's talk about South by Southwest.
Yeah.
It really gets underway this week. The interactive portion is really exciting, and we're looking forward to talking to a lot of high-tech companies, local high-tech companies, all next week during South by Interactive. There's a lot of companies that are involved with virtual reality, augmented, AI, autonomous vehicles. The gaming world is huge here in Austin.
The tech part of it has almost become bigger than the music portion of South by Southwest.
Oh, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the music part of
Absolutely.
it is actually not nearly as big as it was, and this is more of a main focus.
Well,
now.
you got the interactive portion, which, like you said, is just grown and it's huge. Companies
Yeah.
from all over the world show up. But then you think about the interactive and the tech side that has affected the film festival. The film industry has changed so much because of technology, and the music industry as well. So yeah,
Absolutely.
you're right. It's kind of overshadowed those two events.
It has, and speaking of the film festival, there's something I'm really excited about. I'm dying to see this. It's a new documentary about Apollo 11. This is the 50-year anniversary
That's
of
cool.
Apollo 11. They have unearthed all this never-before-seen footage, at least to the public. They have restored it, 16-millimeter film. They've restored it. Apparently, it is absolutely spectacular.
Is this where we learned it wasn't filmed in a movie set in Lubbock, Texas?
This is where that's revealed.
Okay.
That's right. That's right. That debunks all of that.
Good.
But I'm really excited about this. Obviously, there's a massive tech connection with this. Obviously, the anniversary that's big enough.
This technology right here is more advanced than what was on the Apollo 11.
There's more power in that phone.
Yeah.
There's more power in your Texas Instrument calculator than there was on that
That's pretty
in that capsule. So it's amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing that. That's part of South by Southwest. Yeah, you got to think of all the tech that is spawned either directly from the Apollo program, the whole space program, or indirectly. It's pretty mind-boggling.
Who are some of the
really.
names on the Apollo 11 program? Give me some of the names, the big names.
Well, you had Armstrong, you had Collins, you had Aldrin, you had Schweikart, you had.
You sound like Ed Clements dropping sports names.
You had Schirra, you had Lovell, you had anyway.
On and on and on and
Yeah.
on. That's cool. But yeah, it's a
Not
really
that I'm
cool thing.
showing off.
Now, speaking of South by, more than 100,000 people coming to town. A lot of them are mostly younger, and they love scooters, man. They love scooters. 17,000 scooters and bikes on our roadways. Several streets are going to be blocked because it's just too dangerous for so many people to be on a scooter.
Well, this will be our first South by Southwest since we've had the electric scooters become part of our transportation network here in Austin.
And I guess we should let people know that they're not 100% safe. Put on a helmet, right?
They go 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, I love them. I think they're cool. You hate them.
I do. I not the scooter in and of itself. It's fine. I hate what's going on with these scooters here in Austin.
Oh, please.
In fact, they're banning them on 6th Street, which is a big part of South by Southwest.
We have a map of that, and maybe we could put that on the screen and show folks. We have a map of all the streets that are closed for South by Southwest, and we'll also include some other information about South by because there's a lot of great local companies that are showing off their products and services over the next few days, and we want to highlight those folks as well.
But they're finding with these scooters that a large portion of the injuries that they're seeing are head injuries, and that's no surprise.
Not wearing helmets.
No. What else do you?
Should there be an ordinance, mandatory helmet?
Yes, there needs to be a law.
No
There needs-
personal choice?
I got that. All for personal choice, but come on. 20 miles an hour, unprotected, got to have a helmet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to have a helmet.
Hey, listen, Facebook, as you know, over the past years, had a real bad problem with, protecting people's identity and their personal information. It had been in the news, several congressional hearings with Mark Zuckerberg up there testifying and talking about the things they're going to do to protect your identity. Well, Facebook now plans to reposition its social networking and messaging platforms to focus on privacy. Zuckerberg, he blogged about this yesterday. Facebook's new guiding principles, he says, include safeguarding people's private messages and storing their sensitive data in countries with solid human rights records. Now, the tech giant has repeatedly faced backlash over its privacy practices. The new plan also includes letting people message each other across Facebook products like Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger, kind of bringing those under one umbrella, if you will, for messaging and communicating with folks.
What is the goal here?
To protect your identity. Oh, let me back up. He says the goal is to protect you and give you more privacy, to protect your personal information. But it sure feels like it's more about just making you feel like you're getting this protection now.
Is anybody
There's
really
there's a lot of
concerned about it?
distrust.
Yeah, but are people really concerned about their privacy?
No,
Really
no,
concerned
no,
about
they're
their
not.
identity?
No.
being
People say they are, but their actions tell a completely different story.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I should be, but I'm not. It never enters my mind. And I think you'll agree that as soon as you got that first cell phone, you gave it up.
Yeah.
As soon as you bought that first Chevy that has OnStar or doesn't have OnStar, you gave it up.
Yeah.
We're always being tracked. So I guess this is going to make a lot of
I think
people
it's funny,
happy.
some of the old dogs in our business, they used to complain about how the government was going to put a chip in your head and track you. Big Brother's going to track you, going to put a chip in your neck and
Or
track
mine
you.
in my wrist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't need to do that. That's not an issue anymore because you've already agreed to carry the tracking device and you can't put it down.
No,
You freak out when you lose it.
you can
Or-
never put it down.
Yeah, you can't put it down.
In fact, I need
Hey, there's some interesting IPOs. Lyft beat Uber to initial public offering, which I think is pretty cool. That's an interesting battle between those two.
It is.
For name prominence or name recognition.
It's Coke and Pepsi.
I mean, Google has become an adjective,
Yeah.
right? It's
Yeah.
something you do.
Yeah.
It's not just the name of a company, but it's something you do. Like,
Yeah.
you want a soft drink? Yeah, I'll take a Coke.
Right.
You may not mean Coke.
Right.
You know, it's just that kind of thing.
I'm going to Uber to 6th Street.
It has taken the place of, hey, I'm going to get a taxi. Hey, I'm going to get an Uber. I'm just curious, though. When you think of ride sharing, does Lyft or Uber pop into your mind first?
Always Uber.
Always Uber.
So that is interesting.
Why do you think that is?
Because they were the first, I believe.
I think you're right. I think in cities where Uber got there first, they have that name recognition. But I wonder in cities where Lyft got there first, does Lyft have that?
Right, exactly. I think Uber, just the word itself, I don't know, it just kind of sticks in your head more.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit more.
It's what I use. I mean, Uber.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've never
so.
used Lyft. Have you done Lyft?
No, have not. No,
Have not.
I would never think. I've got an Uber app on my phone. I would never think to do. Why would I? Why would I go, nah, not going to get Uber, going to get Lyft?
Because everything that happens with Uber, it works.
Yeah.
You get a ride. You get a good, cheap ride.
Nothing against Lyft. I just don't know anything about it.
That's a good point.
I guess it's the same thing.
There's also one more, before we wrap up here, one more story about Silicon Valley. You know, it used to be known as the place for tech companies.
Oh, of course.
You know, I mean, that's where it all began. Everybody wanted to be there if you were in the technology world. Well, executives at more than 700 tech companies expect New York, Beijing, and Tokyo and London to displace Silicon Valley as the city of information in 2023. They're losing that brand. They're losing that brand of being a tech giant in Northern California.
That's not good.
In fact, KPMG surveys showed that investment and tools dispersing innovation across locals away from, the San Jose, Palo Alto area as companies, search for talent worldwide. You just don't go find great talent in Silicon Valley anymore.
Wow.
It's everywhere.
I mean, that's something that California obviously hung their hat on.
And maybe too much.
They're losing a lot, aren't they?
Well, they still got a lot of rich people.
That's true.
You know,
They're all still very attractive out there.
that is true. They are. I guess that's it. You got anything else you want to share?
That's
anything
it.
you want to talk about?
That's it. So pretty exciting week here in Austin.
You're going to get one of those new fold phones?
I feel much better.
Because you only, well, let's let everybody in on a little secret. You only recently got rid of your hinged Razor phone. You only recently got rid of that 3G phone. I'm just wondering, do you want to go back to the hinge? Get you some 5G up in here.
I'm much more comfortable with a hinge.
Are you?
Just about everything in my life, I want a hinge involved. So, yeah, if I could.
All right, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you on Facebook. We're going to do this once a month. And thank you again to Texas Mutual Insurance Company. Look them up if you own a business. They are very important to your business. It's
Absolutely.
Texas Mutual Insurance Company. Have a great day.